In the hush between moonrise and morning, I think of you not as the world sees you, but as I've come to know you in stillness. In my world of golden rooms and scripted gestures, your presence is the one unscripted truth I can claim. You are not a prince by title, but by nature steadfast, kind and quietly brilliant. The way you say my name, like it's a soft secret you guard, reminds me that even a crown can feel light in the right company. When duty silences parts of me, you find those hidden corners and speak them back to life. I have walked through halls, built for centuries, but nothing feels as eternal as your gaze meeting mine across a crowded room. I've learned diplomacy, I've learned restraint, but with you I am simply a girl learning love in real time. If I could lay my voice in your hands, like a silk ribbon, I'd ask you to hold it gently, and know that every word I do not speak still calls for you. The world speculate. Let it speak, because my truth, my constant, is written not in history books, but in the quiet poetry of your smile. There are days when I must stand before crowds with my spine straight, voice poised, eyes unwavering, and yet inside, I am often searching for you, like a compass searching for its north. You are the place my thoughts return to when the noise fades. I wear the name of a nation, but you wear the name of my heart. It is not rebellion to love you, it is refuge. In my letters to the future, I write of you without ink, only feeling, hoping time will be kind enough to let us exist in more than whispers. I have practiced 1,000 ways to seem composed, but one glance from you, and I unravel not in weakness, but in exquisite truth. What are royal decrees compared to the promise in your voice when you say I'll wait? You are my sanctuary wrapped in skin and breath. The world may expect me to walk alone to embody strength, but even queens deserve to love quietly, fully, and without apology. And if I am to be remembered, let it not only be for the crown I wore, but for the man who held my heart like it was the rarest jewel never to be displayed, only cherished. Sometimes I wake to soft light through silk curtains and wonder if you too are awake, somewhere far from palaces and protocol, yet close in thought. I imagine your morning, the ordinary miracle of your routine, and how you unknowingly color my world. Love, for me, has never been rebellion. It has been salvation. I carry you like a prayer stitched beneath royal embroidery, unseen but ever present. When they speak of destiny, they speak of thrones and treaties, but my destiny has your name laced within it, like gold thread in ancient tapestry. I've seen maps drawn in great halls, dividing empires and alliances, but none chart the landscape of my heart as you do. You who do not bow to titles, but listen instead. You who see me not as a symbol but as a soul. In your presence I am not a future monarch. I am a girl who laughs, who dreams, who dares to love. And when the world turns cold with duty's frost, your memory is the hearth I sit beside. I do not need kingdoms or castles when I have the warmth of knowing you exist somewhere beneath the same sky. Each time the sun sets over Madrid, its last light lingers like the way your voice echoes in my mind. You are not beside me in presence, yet I feel you in every corridor of thought. You are the hush before a violin's first note, the steady breath before a vow is spoken. I watch the world expect so much of me, but you expect only truth. You have never asked me to be more than I am, and in that grace I have found freedom. It is strange how love grows quietly, like ivy on stone, until one day you look up, and it has softened even the coldest wall. You are the letter I never had to write, because you understood me before I formed the words. When they look at me and see heritage, lineage, and history, I hope somewhere, in your quiet corner of life, you see just Leonor, the girl who loves you with the fullness of stars uncounted. I've seen paintings in grand halls, figures immortalized in oil and canvas, but none compare to the living masterpiece we create each time we remember each other in silence. I've danced beneath chandeliers, recited speeches before foreign dignitaries, and smiled through layers of tradition, but nothing compares to the symphony your memory plays within me. Your voice has the cadence of safety, like the first raindrop on dry earth, like the final piece of a forgotten melody. I wonder if you know the weight of your absence, how it echoes in the chambers of my heart. There is no loneliness like being seen by everyone, and known by only one. And you know me. You know the dreams that sleep beneath my duty, the fears that curl beneath my titles. They call me the future, but you call me yours. And in that I am more than any destiny foretold. I've touched ancient stones and kissed flags with my promises, but it is your hand I long to hold when the world grows too heavy. I write your name beneath my breath, carry it like a crown. No one sees but me. Let them speak of alliances and futures built on strategy. I would trade 1,000 ceremonies for one quiet night, where we speak only with our eyes, and every word is truth without armor. The seasons turn, and I walk through them like a figure in a glass story, watched, but untouched. But you break through the surface. I remember the way your fingers brushed mine, as if you feared you might break something sacred. And you were right. There is something sacred in this, in us, in a world ruled by history and held up by expectation. You are my present. You are my secret rebellion. Soft, gentle, and entirely mine. In you, I find a country no map has drawn, and I live there, always. I speak with leaders, read the words of kings long gone. But nothing feels as alive as the way your presence rewrites me. Love like this does not beg for permission. It grows wild, quietly beautiful, unshaken by politics or protocol. If they tell me love must wait, then I will wait. Not because I have no choice, but because you are worth the seasons, the silences, the centuries if need be. And when my name is etched into stone someday, I hope someone wonders who it was that taught the future queen to love like a girl with nothing to lose. I watch the moon shift across skies too vast to grasp. And yet, loving you makes me feel I've caught a piece of eternity in my hand. The irony is not lost on me, that a girl raised to be untouchable has found the deepest connection with someone the world does not see beside her. But I see you, in the pages of every book I read, in the music that fills my lonely corridors, in the dreams that rise unbidden. I've mastered the art of silence, but my heart is loud where you are concerned. Sometimes I think of the future and wonder where you'll be. Will you still walk quietly among the stars of my thoughts, or will time carry us elsewhere? Whatever comes, I know I will have. And that is not a small thing, it is the only thing. I was born into a story already begun, with chapters written by centuries, but you are the first sentence I got to choose. And I chose you, every time, without hesitation, without fear. For even if I walk alone through the halls of history, it is your name I whisper beneath my breath, like a vow. And when the world sleeps, I let myself feel you fully. I take off the armor of duty, let down the walls built by caution, and become only yours. I imagine your laughter, the curve of it, how it would echo in my private chambers, and melt the coldest dawn. I have tried to anchor myself in the certainty of legacy, but nothing holds me steadier than your love. You, who have no palace, yet rule the kingdom of my heart. You, who never asked for the crown, but wear my devotion like something sacred. In dreams I meet you not as a princess, but as a girl who has found her home in someone else's spirit. And isn't that the greatest truth of all, that home is not stone or flag or bloodline? It is simple, terrifying, extraordinary love. I have stood at the edge of history, smiled when it demanded, spoke when it required. But with you I just am. I would give every crown jewel to preserve that, And though I cannot shout your name from royal balconies, know that in the cathedral of my heart, it rings louder than any anthem ever.